I'm here with Alanna Delarosa, star of Diablo, and Dominique. If you listen to the show, we talked a lot about that. It's one of our favorite movies last year. So you're into back-to-back bangers. What goes into your? I guess we'll start off. What got you started into Diablo? Because I heard a little bit from Scott and about you, but I want to hear from your perspective how you got into it.
Yeah, sure. I got the call from the producers and they got, we're looking for this girl, this movie named Diablo, and I want you to audition. I was like, all right, bet, let's do it. And they sent me two scenes. It was like the two first scenes of the movie when you can see it. She was good, she was living her best life, she was a normal girl, we can say. And I sent the casting and they called me and they go like, Ernesto, the director, wants to talk to you. And I was like, okay, that's a good signal because I really want to get the character. So I want to connect with the director. And I talked to Ernesto and he told me like, Alanna, I'm not gonna tell you how I see Elisa. I'm not gonna give you like a description how to act like Elisa. I'm just gonna let you do whatever you want to do. And I was like, okay, I like that. And they sent me two other scenes that were like the hard part of Elisa when she was kidnapped. So she was like, she had a lot of emotions, super sentimental, vulnerable. And I sent the casting. It was technically four scenes. And the next 2 days, I got the call, Ernesto telling me that welcome to Diablo, that I got the character. I was super happy. And the next thing that I knew, it was that Scott saw my casting and he was obsessed with my work. He said that I'm going to be the next Ana de Armas and that he wanted me to be part of the movie.
I think you're going to be the next Alanna Delarosa. But yeah, he's not wrong. I loved you. I loved you in this. So when he gave you a blank slate on how to approach this character, does that get scary for you? Because sometimes when you get parameters and you have to work with them, that kind of helps people out. But then other people, like, you give them a blank page and that helps them out. But different people are scared of each one as well. What's your thoughts on that?
There you can see different, not only characters, situations, and also different personalities. So one of my main things, and especially with Alyssa, it was to create this like roller coaster of emotions all the time in the movie. And you can see how she started being like this normal teenager, super chill. She was low-key rich and living her best life with his father. And then this the whole situation kidnap happened, and it's the different emotions and contracts that like we talk about with Ernesto and also with Scott. We were a big team. So we were all the time trying to change the script, trying to put better things to the script. So you guys, when you watch the movie, you're like, oh, now we understand why this is going on, why this is happening, why she's reacting like this. Because we create this background story, each character. And also with El Corvo, it was a whole different story. So that's why you're saying like there's a lot of emotions but also a lot of characters that you need to, you as a viewer, you as a, like the audience, you need to connect with all of them.
And you've been at this for a while. At a very young age, you've been at this. And like when you got to pull these emotions and act out these emotions, is this more of you pulling from experience, or is this just like this is just what I do, and I don't even need to think about it?
It was in the beginning when I'm telling you, like when I was like 7 years old, 6 years old. I started when I was four. So when I was a little baby, it was hard for me to get to those emotions that they required a lot of. I don't know. Let's talk about cry. It was hard. It's not easy. And let me tell you, all the time that I said like to my friends or people that I knew, they're like, "Oh, you're an actress, cry," and I'm like, "That's not that easy. I can't cry right now." They think, "Oh, being an actress is cry out of nowhere." That's not how it works. And when I was a little baby, it was hard for me to get into the situation in character. And I had this like technique to think about, I don't know, my mom died or my dad died and I cried. But that's not okay because you're mixing your personal life with the character and you can get crazy. You can get mental disorders if you do that. Like it's really bad. Don't do it. So then when I started like getting classes and with academies like workshops, acting workshops and stuff, learning from top and really professional actors and teachers and professors, they taught me a lot of things. And one of those is to really get into the character. That's ironic, but that's the magic of being an actor. Get into the character and believe yourself that you're not Alanna Delarosa. I'm Elisa. I'm not Alanna. I'm Elisa. This is my life. I'm living this. So how I'm gonna confirm this and how I'm gonna feel about it? What are my emotions? And one of the scenes that's the scene that you have in your background, it was one of the hardest scenes of the movie sentimentally, because it was he was telling me the truth. He was telling me everything, and the fact that Scott is a really good actor and we are so connected that in the scene we feel each other, and it makes it way easier to feel and act technically.
Have you ever had a, maybe not necessarily in Diablo, but have you ever had any scenes where, because you do a bunch of takes and whatnot, and then in editing they decided what takes they're going to do. But have you had any takes where it's, oh, I nailed that, but they didn't use it in the movie for whatever reason?
In Diablo, I haven't seen Diablo, so that's the thing. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But there were a bunch of scenes that I remember that we didn't, not action scenes, because that fight stuff, it was super hard and we had a lot of takes. But like personal, like Scott and me, we had 2 or 3 scenes that it was like one take scene because it was really good. And Ernesto was like, I don't need more. That's it. That's what I was looking for. So that's it. One cut, one shot, one take. Let's go. Yeah, but I haven't watched it. I'm gonna watch it today, so I'm very nervous.
I wouldn't be nervous. You're pretty great in this. But Diablo will be in theaters, on demand, and digital on June 13th, and everyone should watch it. And then when you're done, go back and watch Dominique. That movie's fantastic as well. By the way, I don't want to get too much into the end, but their character killed it at the end, quite literally. But I do want to get a couple movie recommendations. One movie recommendation I want to get from you is just some movie that you think this movie's really good and no one ever watches it. And also, I want to get another movie from your filmography that we can go back and watch. Obviously, we've talked about Diablo and Dominique, but let's get another one from you that we might be able to check out.
You can see Sound of Freedom. That was a really big movie at that time. I'm part of it too. And also there's one that is a Colombian, but it's horror movie. So it's very interesting. And it was a long time ago. I was like 9 years old, but it's good. It's good, and you can see it in HBO Max. And Sound of Freedom, bueno, I think it's in Prime Video if I'm not wrong. But it was a very controversial movie, and it was my first movie.
Oh, nice.
Really cute.
All right, Alanna, thanks for joining me, and can't wait to see what you got coming up next. And I'm a fan. So thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
All right.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews and interviews, please subscribe to my Deepest Dream channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, thanks so much for your support. Take care.